We're going to change things up a bit here at Fairfolk at Work, in that my guest today is my longtime friend and collaborator, Mark Sellen. But we're not going to talk about us, but we're going to talk about another collaborator of ours who is now no longer with us. I'm talking, of course, about Kirsten Hochman. Hiya, Mark.
Hi, Dan.
It's a sad time, but when you think about Kirsten, you can't help but smile.
Yeah, it's nice to go over the memories. It really hurt to hear the news and then to hear the tape that I think you're going to play for us, and to think about some of the good times. It's that's helping. It's helpful to me.
I'd like to take a moment and talk about Kirsten as a performer. I watched her in rehearsals and I watched her in shows. And as they say in grade school, she was always a pleasure to have in class.
Uh,
Sometimes, of course, rehearsals can be oddly competitive things, but she always had a smile on her face, and she always was a very intelligent performer. Sometimes I watched her reading the script and she was sort of loading it up in her mind, and then what would come out of her mouth would be fairly brilliant, and that she could repeat it time after time after time. And that was really good. But at the same time, if you just, as a director, told her to just say something, she would say something that was perfectly in sync with her character and perfectly funny. So to me, in many ways, she was sort of like the perfect collaborative person to have on your team.
Absolutely, and totally reliable in every way, not just in the performance and someone you could work with, but just in terms of being present, being there. You never had those concerns with her. It was great.
And she also had, as I recall, a fairly unique style, gathering the attention of a waitress at a late night coffee shop after fare. She would fling herself out of the table into the aisle, waving her arms madly. And that usually worked.
Yeah, well, if I were a waitress, that would get my attention.
I believe the rest of us in the table would tend to support her and go, yay, or um, we were believed in the principle of giving focus. And I could fairly certainly say that Kirsten knew how to grab focus when she wanted to, but she didn't sort of insist upon it. It was a very nice balance she reached.
Well, she's a very unpretentious performer. I first met her through Laura Bruckner, who she was rooming with. She was Laura Bruckner's roommate and a power walker, and we were doing this show in San Luis Obispo a few weeks later. And so Kirsten kindly just took a flyer on that and came up, and she played the sheep girl on like a couple weeks' notice and did a good job of that. And then somehow, not long after, she was the lead in this show that you and I co-wrote, Dan, The Enchanted Bucket.
Was she Sigfa?
Yes, she was Sigfa.
Did she wear the bucket with pride?
She represented with that bucket. She was great, as you might imagine. Sigfa is bubbly and slightly goofy and in an unusual predicament. And, well, Kirsten just had the voice and the temperament to portray that. It was lovely. If you listen to the recordings that I think you're going to play, I think you'll hear that. And then a little later, a group of us were doing Taming of the Shrew, and here's Kirsten as one of the daughters in that production. So from, as far as I know, I don't think she had any acting background at all. And suddenly, not too much later, doing Shakespeare. And a good job of all of it. And pleasantly. What a
I was
pleasure.
not aware of that. I was not aware
Yeah.
of that. In the tape we're about to hear, I think the only direction I gave her was, you are the older 11-year-old daughter who knew more than her brother who knew it. And that was basically the direction I gave her. When you listen to the tape, which actually is basically the story of Trojan Horse and you're the dad, and Kirsten and Chris Gaunt are the two kids stuck in the back seat. She really, I think, nailed every trip that anybody as a child has taken in the back seat of a station wagon driving through the desert. In that, I think she is definitely the best part of the show. So then, without further ado, why don't we listen to The Tales of Ulysses, the Big Horsey Ride, with Kirsten Hochman as the female cast member, Overia, and you, Mark, as Ulysses, and Christopher Gaunt as Monotestes, the noble crew member.
So then we jump out of the big wooden horsey and voila, the city is ours. Thank you, thank you. Now, does everybody have their own swords and shields?
Well, I have my shoes, I
Noble
need my
crew,
breastplate.
we all need to remember our own swords and shields because we're not coming back to camp till after the battle.
Ulysses,
Yes, Overia?
can I bring my pony?
No,
Why not?
because your pony is too big to fit inside the horsey.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. Now, your pony will be here when you get back.
But you let Monotestes bring his Trojan War super action hero figure
Yeah.
with its full complement of action armor,
Yes, but
with
Overia-
its Greek pointy bow and all its oars and all its spears.
Yes, but Overia, those are small, and a pony is big.
It's not fair. I want pony.
Overia, we're going to be packed in there pretty close as it is. We don't have enough room for your pony.
But pony will miss me.
Overia, get to the damn horse!
Wah.
He's a crybaby.
Monotestes, hush. Overia, look. I'm sorry I yelled, but I need you to be real grown-up right now. We need to get everyone in the horse so we can fool the Trojans and destroy their city. Do you understand that?
Yes, but I want my pony.
Now, Pony will
Let me
be
have
just
it.
fine, and if you're a good and noble crew member, I'll get you some ice cream once we get to Troy.
Ice cream?
Ice cream? All right, let's go!
Ice cream.
Now, get in the big wooden horsey.
Ice cream. Rumsey.
Rumpsy.
I said it first. I get the rumsey.
But I thought it first.
Doesn't matter. I said it first.
But I sat in it first.
Oh, get off my seat. I was the first. Oh, man. You get out of that rumsey.
Make me.
Oh, I didn't want to make you. Get out. Oh. Ulysses Monotestes is sitting in my rumsey.
Am not.
It's two.
Okay, what is going on here?
I said rumsey first.
But
then
I
was
sat in the rum seat, and then she.
All right. Now, noble crew, we're going to have to be real quiet to sneak past the wall of Troy, okay?
Okay.
Now, there's 2 rumps to a horse. That means there's 2 rump seats. That means there's 1 rump seat for you, Overia, and 1 rump seat for you, Monotestes. Okay, you two?
Okay.
So, this is settled?
Yes, noble Ulysses.
Good.
Delcy! Get on! Arthur, first I'll shoot you!
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Are we there yet?
No.
When are we going to get there?
Soon.
Can we stop at the next place for some ice cream?
Yes.
When are we going to get there?
Soon.
Are we there yet?
No.
When are we going to get there?
Okay, let's all play a fun game. How about Trojan Road Bingo?
Yay! Dork Temple!
Ox cart.
Goat Sacrifice.
Ew!
Grain Mill.
6-headed Hydra.
What?
Made you look.
Now, noble crew, the presence of monsters is nothing to joke about.
7-headed Hydra.
10-headed Hydra.
200-headed Hydra.
There is no such thing as a 200-headed Hydra.
Is 2.
Where?
You're just stupid.
Well, if I'm stupid, then you're dumber than stupid. Stupid.
You take that back.
What did stupid say?
I said take it back.
See, you are stupid. Stupid, stupid, stupid.
Stupid this.
You know what, crew members? Better settle down or we're not going to play this fun game anymore.
Get on me. Ulysses!
What?
Monotesses is not seen on his side of the
Oh, no,
horse.
Testy, stay on your side of the horsey.
Ow, 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 ow! Ulysses!
What?
Monotesses hit me!
No hitting in the rump seat.
What did you say? I am not! Ulysses!
What?
Monotesses called me a tattletale!
Listen, if I hear one more word out of either of you, I know 2 Noble crew members who won't be getting any ice cream when we get to Troy. Do you understand?
Yes, noble Ulysses. Are we there yet?
No.
When are we gonna get there?
Soon.
Can we stop at the next place for some ice cream?
Yes.
When are we gonna get there?
Are
Soon.
we there yet?
No.
When are we gonna get there?
Soon.
What's that noise?
Nothing.
What's that awful smell?
Oh, brother.
Broken horsey wheel!
I don't believe this is stupid.
Horsey's got a broken wheel! Horsey's got a broken wheel!
Keep it down back there. Now what are we going to do?
There's a carpenter shop just ahead!
Great. Okay. All right. We'll just pull the giant wooden horsey right up.
But Ulysses, the owner's manual says you should never run your big wooden horsey with a broken wheel. It'll ruin your...
Okay, mister. All done. Thanks and have a nice day.
No, thank you. Come on, Noble crew. We're on the road again.
Are we there yet?
No.
When are we going to get there?
Soon.
Can we please stop at the next place for some ice cream?
Yes.
When are we going to get there?
Soon.
Are we there yet?
No.
When are we going to get there?
Soon.
We're lost, aren't we?
No.
Well, that's the third time we passed that falafel hut.
No, it's not. It's a chain.
We're lost. I want to go home.
Let me just go to the bathroom.
Mom!
I am Athena, goddess of wisdom.
All hail Athena, goddess of wisdom.
Okay, Ulysses, the wanderer.
What does wanderer mean?
A wanderer is someone who just goes from place to place, never quite getting to their destination.
Because they never ask for directions?
Right! Ulysses is a wanderer, never asks directions. Ulysses is a wanderer, never asks directions.
What is the quickest way to Troy?
Oh, you actually want to get there then?
Yes.
Well then, mister, you just turn this big wooden horsey around and head over that yonder hill. There's Troy.
Just on the other side of that hill?
Yippee! Just a couple 100 feet or so. Can't miss it. Big city.
Wow, actually asking somebody for directions really does work.
We got lucky. Finally coming upon the walled city of Troy. For our plan to succeed, we must be completely silent.
Troy? That means we're going to get ice cream!
Ice cream, we're gonna get ice cream. We're gonna get ice cream. We're gonna get ice cream.
Welcome to Troy. Anything to declare?
No. Will you keep it down back there?
Uh-huh. Could you and your big wooden horsey please pull over there, sir? We'd like to ask you a few questions.
Sure.
Oh, great, he heard you. Now we're in big trouble.
Well, you were the one making the most
You
noise.
started it.
Oh, shut up.
No, you shut
You shut up.
No, you shut your butt
Shut
up.
your butt
You
up.
shut your butt
All
up.
right,
Shut
that's
your butt up.
it.
Stop
You with the
freaking out.
shut
Next Noble crew member to make a peep gets no ice cream for the rest of the Trojan War. In a few minutes, Noble crew, Troy will be ours.
Ice cream, we're gonna get ice cream.
So maybe you'd like to define for me the regions as described in Section 147B, subsection C of the Trojan Municipal Code? Or maybe I'm just going to have to take this big wooded horsey apart, plank by fruit hiding plank, to look for myself.
Sparta, Melos, Pepsodent.
No help from the horsey's belly.
Ulysses?
Do I look stupid, pal?
Just hold that thought for a moment, would you, sir?
Make it snappy, pal. We've got a giant wooden aardvark right behind you.
What is it, Overia?
Well, remember when you said I couldn't bring Pony?
Yes, Overia.
And you said no, because it wouldn't fit, and I said that wasn't fair.
Yes, Overia.
And I said Pony would miss me, and then you yelled. and then I got
Varia,
upset.
would you please get to the point here?
Well, since I couldn't bring Pony, I brought some pony food.
What?
Well, when I get lonely and miss Pony, I pretend Pony is here, and I give him apples and carrots and pretend to scratch behind his ears and rub his nose.
Apples and
pet him.
carrots? You have apples and carrots here.
Yes,
Here in the big wooden horsey, you have apples and carrots?
yes.
And you didn't share? No, never mind. Give them to me.
But they're ponies.
Varia!
All right, here. But Pony doesn't like you anymore.
Now go back and hide with the rest of the noble crew. One little pony is going to dog food when we get back.
Ulysses!
What?
I don't know.
Well, I think that was really good of her. I
Yeah.
still listen to that and smile, and I can see Kirsten standing before the microphone and just waiting for her lines to come up. I think it's, in a sense, somewhat ironic that when I was putting together the outtake reel for what we just listened to, her outtake is basically her going, "Oh, I've lost my place." I mean, everyone else screws up much more than Kirsten, and I really, in listening to all the takes, couldn't find a bad one.
Wow. Yeah. And, just listening to her performance, it's of course just a joy to hear her. But I'm also struck with what talent in that voice, right? The timing is terrific. The characterization is great. And just, working with her fellow actors, it's just so natural. And the
She
other
listened.
thing is,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
yeah, exactly. She listened, and I think I could hear every single word. That's remarkable. Right? She just had it. Very, very smart in this stuff.
And as she listened so very well, she gave her fellow performers something to work with. I mean, she always built
Absolutely.
on, she was not a black hole, but instead the part where she's going, "You shut your pie hole," and then Chris picks up on your pie hole, and then it quickly becomes every squabbling 6-year-old backseat conversation, and then it's done, and then she just moves on. And like I said, she was a joy to have in class.
Yes.
I think we both are the same in that we express our condolences to the Hochman family. But I think that's it for this episode of Fair Folk at Work. Thanks, Mark.
Thanks, Dan. And I'll raise a glass to Kirsten.
Hear, hear.